Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Richawd back with another video. Once again, y'all gonna have to bear with me in the video, bro. My voice is beat, bro. Been sick all week, but hopefully my voice starts coming back. That's why I ain't really been making no videos. It hasn't really been that bad. It's been about 4 or 5 days since I made a video because my voice has been sounding like this. But I don't know. Something was just on my spirit today. Like, bro, I just wanted to get some stuff off my chest. So y'all just got to bear with me today. I've been trying to drink my tea and take my herbs and whatever. It's just, I don't know, whatever hit me, this shit, OD, bro. Like, I may not look like it, but I clearly sound like it. I ain't really been myself all week, but I think I'm getting a little better. I'll be fine. Whatever this is, probably some sort of, I don't know. I ain't even gonna say. Could be just a flu or a virus, who knows? But maybe I should have went to the doctor or something. I've been wanting to go to the doctor, bro, but I don't know. I just wanted to let it run its course, bro. I don't really like going to doctors, bro. Them niggas, goddamn, you go in there, you be in there for goddamn 10, 15 minutes, bro. Nigga, goddamn, open your eyes, open your mouth, breathe in, breathe out. What are your symptoms? Do you smoke? Do you drink? Are you sexually active? All this bullshit. 10, 15 minutes go by. Goddamn. He go to his little office for about 5 minutes, sometimes 10 if they bullshitting. They could come back, it been like 20, 30 minutes, bro. They prescribe you with some bullshit, basically tell you there's really nothing wrong with you. This is usually how it goes when I go to the doctor, bro. Like, I kid you not, bro. It's been times, bro, a nigga went to the doctor, bro. Nigga thought I was dying, bro. Like, no cap, bro. I thought it was over with, bro. I thought, nigga, on mamas, bro. Like, I was in that motherfucker going through it, bro. All for this nigga to run all these tests and shit. The doctor be looking serious as hell, so it be having you mad, anxious and shit. Like, nigga, what the fuck going through this nigga mind, bro? Like, why this nigga so... Nigga got the straight poker face, bro. So I don't really like the whole doctor experience, bro. That shit bring my vibe down too much, bro. I be feeling like I'm this much closer to checking up out of here every time I go to the... That's all that be going through my mind. Like, man, I just hope, what I'm saying? I just hope a nigga gonna be straight, bro. You feel me? But usually what ends up happening, bro, I go in, I be all paranoid. You know what I'm saying? I think something's fucked up. And they'll basically say there's nothing wrong with me every time. Knock on wood, we all got our day coming, but, I'm still young. I'm still in my youth. Pretty much every time I go to the doctor, bro, it's just basically, at worst, they'll prescribe me some pills. Like, I've never had to, like, stay at the hospital for, like, a week or some shit. I've never stayed at the hospital more than a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time I've gone to the hospital or the doctor, bro, they always get my ass up out of there. Like, oh, you'll be fine. Get a nigga some pills. He'll be straight. But the part that pisses me off, because I ain't gonna lie, I do get reassurance. Because like I said, nigga be paranoid sometimes. And sometimes, shit be going on with your health and shit. And goddamn, so I'll go to the doctor. But I'm the type of nigga, bro, I don't go to the doctor unless I think I'm motherfucking dying, nigga. Like, unless I think I'm finna check up out of here, I'm not going to the doctor, bro. Like I said, like, this whole week I've been sick, bro. I was thinking about going to the doctor a few days. I'm like, no, I'm a real nigga, bro. I don't need to go no... Like, going to the doctor like some whole shit now, bro. No disrespect. I know niggas got to go to the doctor, different shit. Like, some niggas got serious shit going on. But I'm just talking about me, nigga. I'm 24 now. I was going to say I'm 23, bro. That shit don't even sound right, bro. I'm fucking 24 years old, nigga. Bro, I kid you not. It seems like just 2 years ago I was 17, bro. What the fuck happened, bro? Nigga went from 17 to 24 like that, bro. Nigga, all you niggas in high school when goddamn niggas was tell you, oh, you finna graduate, shit finna change. What, nigga? I graduated at 17 years old, bro. It seems like it's just been like that since I graduated, bro. Nigga went from a 17-year-old dumbass kid to a 24-year-old dumbass adult. I'm just kidding. I'm not dumb, but you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm kind of everywhere right now, but it is what it is. Blame it on the sickness. Oh, shit. That shit just scared the fuck out of me. Why the hell the wind... Bro, we 4 minutes into the video, the fucking windshield wiper just want to randomly fucking go off, nigga. Goddamn, who the hell behind the curtain is controlling the car and shit? I'm playing. But fuck was I saying? But yeah, blame it on the goose. Got you feeling, nigga. Blame it on the sickness, bro. I'm sick. Blame it on the strong, you know. But what am I talking about? But yeah, bro. I ain't even gotten to the topic of the video. Niggas talking about the doctor and shit, bro. Y'all see how easy I be getting sidetracked, bro? I swear I don't have ADHD. But I'm gonna get to the point of the video. Trust me. You know, it's just one of those videos where, you know, we just vibing. But so yeah, bro, so this whole week, you know, I've been sick and shit, but I ain't went to the doctor, bro. I don't like that's what I was talking about, the whole doctor experience, bro. That's not the topic of the video, but I'm gonna just finish my point so I don't just seem like I'm just saying shit. But you know, every time and the reason why I brought that up is because I was telling y'all that I've been sick all week. You know, I know this shit kind of seems left field, but goddamn, that's the reason why I went off into this whole soliloquy. But that's why y'all niggas love me, bro. You know, you never know what you're gonna get. It's not linear over here. We everywhere. You know, it kind of adds to the shit. But yeah, bro, like, and then every time you go to the doctor, bro, like I said, I get that reassurance at the end because they eventually do all this bullshit and they always just end up telling me, oh, you're fine, or it may be some minor shit where I just got to take some pills for it, but a nigga not dying. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the nigga went to the doctor, I thought, you know what I'm saying, something really wrong with a nigga. I thought, you know what I'm saying, nigga might have some bull. Because, you know, you start Googling. We know the play when you start Googling the symptoms, nigga. Don't go, fuck all that. I don't even Google shit no more. Fuck it. Nigga, if I'm dying, I'm gonna find out when I die, nigga. Fuck all that, bro. But I ain't finna be sitting around here paranoid, goddamn, do I got this? Do I got stage for it? Fuck all that, bro. Google how you going through it, nigga. Fuck that. Fuck Google, nigga. I ain't Googling shit, nigga. Fuck the symptoms, nigga. I'm gonna be alright. Nigga, that's my mentality when I get some shit, bro. Fuck the symptoms, nigga. I done been there, done that. Googling shit. You got them saying your last prayers and shit because Google done told you got this rare disease and all this bullshit, bro. Hey, Google foul, bro. Hey, say I'm lying, bro. Say I'm lying, bro. Google foul as hell, bro. They be having niggas thinking they dying in this bitch, bro. I ain't Googled now one symptom all week, nigga. Nah, shit. I ain't Googled a symptom. I ain't went to the doctor, nigga. Give me some goddamn ginger ale. Give me some herbs. Give me some tea. I'ma be alright, nigga. That's a little drink, a little smoke, smoke. We gonna get through it, big dog. But I ain't Googling shit. And I ain't going to no motherfucking doctor just for them to run all these tests and give me a fat ass bill at the end of it. So yeah, bro, nigga just been chilling all week, bro. But I'm pretty much, you know, getting better, more feeling myself. I ain't really had an appetite all week. I ain't been able to hold down no food for real. Nigga been nauseous as fuck. Coughing and shit, fucking runny nose, like the whole nine, bro. Like I just been trying to keep my mind off of it, bro. But fucking voice rasp as hell, you know. But yeah, bro. But I'm gonna be straight, bro. But that's what I was telling you about why I ain't went to the doctor, bro. Like they be pissing me off, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Google, yeah. Don't Google the symptoms, bro. They gonna have you planning your obituary, nigga. Fuck all that. You gonna go through all that mental torture, nigga, done aged 10 years and 2 days, nigga, just for you to find out you just got a little cough, or you just got the common flu. Goddamn, all you got to do is let it run its course and you'll be alright. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we all got our day, bro. But sitting around stressing out about it's the day to day, like I said, bro, when the day comes, nigga. But I ain't gonna be sitting around stressing about it, bro. But to the topic of the video, bro. My bad with the whole damn 9 minute side quest, but that's how it be, bro. You know, that's how it be. Sometimes we go on a little side quest right quick. Might as well just title the video that and wrap it up. But no, what was really on my spirit, the reason why I came on here with this raspy ass voice to get a video out is because I wanted to talk about man, fuck it. We gonna go ahead and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I might as well. Because that shit sent the whole vibe of the video just into a whole different direction. But it was almost like a story time, damn near. But like I said, blame it on the goose. Got your feeling loose. Blame it on the sickness, bro. I'm sick. Blame it on the strong. You already said that. I know. Blame it on the sickness. But blame it on the little I ain't even been taking no pills. I hate taking pills, bro. My mom gave me a couple pills to take, but I did take them though. That shit did help. You know, when my mom be coming with them ancient spiritual pills and shit. I'm like, she be coming with some shit nigga can't even pronounce, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? She like, just take it. It's gonna help. That should be helping, but it got down. I don't know. You get like you just be fucking laxed off of this shit. Like it's damn near like a downer. Like it takes. That's why I ain't really been in no creative mood. Cause I feel like it's the medicine, bro. Like that shit takes like all my creativity away, bro. Like be having a nigga just fried as hell, just wanting to be in bed all day, bro. So I ain't really been in a creative space all week. I'm not necessarily in a creative space now. That's why this video is fucking ADHD as fuck right now. But to the point of the video. We living in a rigged game, right? That's what I wanted to come on here and talk about. You know, some people can tell that things is off, right? If you can tell that things is off, you know, you're not the average person. The average person senses that. No, let me put it like this. Everybody, I feel, unless you're, you know, one of the short bus niggas, everybody can sense that something is off with this world, you know. Something just ain't adding up. 2 + 2 is not equaling 4. 3 × 3 is not equaling 9, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit just not adding up. You know, we would like for life to be mathematical. With mathematics, you know, you have different problems, different difficulties, you know. It's like when you start up a video game, you know, you can either start off on the beginner shit or you can be at the expert shit where it's extremely OD hard. You can play on rookie or you can play on Hall of Fame, you know. Mathematics, there's different difficulties, right? There's different levels. You can build yourself up. You can start small, 1 + 1, 2 + 2, 3 + 3. You know, then you can get into equations, 4 to the fifth, whatever the fuck. I ain't did math in a while, but y'all know when them equations and shit become, you got goddamn shit in the parentheses, shit in the little, y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. I forget the name of it, bro. You know, I dropped out of college. You know, it's been a minute, bro. I gotta get back into it, but y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. Like that's when I really started to hate math, bro. When they started bringing in all that science and equations and shit, bro. I was like, damn, I miss when it was just 3 × 3, bro. I was good at math when it was easy, bro. But anyway, we would like for life to be like math, right? Math, you know, like I said, it's different difficulties, but there's always the same answer, right? No matter what with math, you always get the same answer to your problems. If life was like that, where we could just all get to the same answer with our problems, shit would be smooth. Shit would be smooth if shit was non-negotiable, like everybody in unison, everybody on the same page, everybody on the same spirit, like math, shit would be cool. But the problem is life is not like math. Life is like English, right? Is it there, or is it there? That may have went over some of y'all heads. Is it there? Is it THEY''RE? Is it there? THEY? Or is it there? THEIR? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it there, or is it there? In English, something can sound the exact same, but have different meanings. That's life, bro. We can all have the same exact problem, but have a different solution, have a different meaning. Everybody doesn't write an essay the same way. That's why you have plagiarism. You're supposed to have your own thoughts, have your own mind. That's life. It's complex, it's different, right? There is no one clear answer. There is no one size fits all where we can all make it about this bitch. It's just, there is no team deathmatch. It's a free for all out this. Now, you know what I'm saying? You can get your shit in the free for all and try to do the team deathmatch shit, but for the most part, bro, you know, you gotta bring your own loot to the table, bro. You know, everybody gotta go get their loot, bro. You don't want to be walking around here with no loot, bro. If you out here with no loot, you're assed out, bro. You're assed out. It says a man that don't work don't eat. If you ain't got no loot, you're assed out. You probably ain't right. You ain't doing something right. You know, you ain't doing something right. And nowadays, bro, with you know, people, you know, a lot of dudes are like, you know, trying to get themselves, they're trying to become successful because everything has become so vain, right? And people aren't valuing relationships as much as they're valuing vanity nowadays, you know? So like, you got a lot of dudes like setting themselves back, not really getting out there, not really putting themselves out there, chasing a dream. Because we've seen this tactic work for some certain great people, but we gotta understand, like, and this is not for me to be a dream chaser. Do whatever you want to do, you know. You can be whatever you want to be. Reach for the stars, whatever the fuck. But I'm just saying, I'm just being real, bro. A lot of dudes aren't gonna reach what they expect to reach, and I think it's gonna be a lot of niggas 15, 20 years down the line when they finally get to the point they're trying to get to, and they're fucking 40, 50, got a beer belly, got a dad bod, you know, aren't young, aren't youthful, don't got the same testosterone, and they are already saying that the young, bro, y'all been seeing that shit where it says a goddamn study showing that that young men from like 18 to 30 or some shit got the testosterone of niggas in their 70s in 1970 or some shit like that. Like, bro, I want to know how valid this shit is, because there's a lot of shit we seeing out here that just be cap. Like, it be a lot of shit studies show. Like, nigga, what studies? Like who's doing the studies? Who's conducting the studies? Who are the people? Like, you know, I'm a questioner. I be wanting to know this shit. Like, what studies, nigga? Because y'all could be like these niggas on ESPN and shit. They be saying sources, nigga. What sources, nigga? Nigga, is your sources your alter ego? Is your sources yourself, nigga? Like what sources, nigga? Who told you this shit? So when I be seeing shit like goddamn what the fuck? When I be seeing shit like sources and studies, that's the word, studies. I be like, bro, what studies, nigga? I be the majority of that shit be cap, bro. But anyway, and I be. I be feeling like some of that shit, bro, be having like biases, bro. Like whoever be writing this shit, bro, like you could tell, like sometimes when they be putting them studies out and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? You be seeing it like on social media. It'd be like, studies show that 90% of women cheat on their boyfriends. You know, it'd be shit like that, bro. You know, a lot of that shit be seeming like it be written from a biased perspective. Like, you can tell, like, if some bitter dude wrote it or some bitter woman wrote it, you know? But, damn, bro. Like I said, blame it on the sickness. I'm all over the place. But, I'm getting to my point, though. See, it's I don't know. I make a way with the chaos, you know? We be all over the place, but it be making sense somehow, you know? That's what makes my channel I Am Richawd. But anyway. I'm finna end the video, bro. Trust. It ain't gonna be super long. My final point, bro. Let me bring it all in. I say all this to say, you know, we're in a rigged game, bro. And if you can see how life is going, you see life isn't like math. There's no clear answers. There's many different answers. There's many different perspectives. There's a lot of questions, you know. There's a lot of questions where you can't get a clear answer, so it leaves uncertainty. It leaves overthinking. It leaves unhappiness because you can't be at peace, you know. Unhappiness is just your mind not being at peace with what's going on around you. It's a lot going on around us that we can't make sense of, that we can't find the answers to, or if we have the answers to it, it's almost like even having the answers to it don't feel good, because now it's like, all right, you know, but that don't make it feel no better, bro. At least you know now, but it's like, damn, it's damn near worse knowing than when before you knew. You know, before you knew, at least you had the hope of it not being as bad as you may think it may be, or, you know what I'm saying? Then you be finding out why shit is the way it is, and it'd be a fucking nightmare. It'd be worse than you could have ever imagined. You know, when you start questioning and seeking answers, bro, and you start really finding out what the fuck going on in this world, bro, and you see how corrupt shit is, and you see how this shit is set up for the rich to get rich and the poor to get poor, and for niggas to stay dumb, and for niggas to stay docile, for niggas to stay weak. We got goddamn studies going out saying niggas in their 20s and 30s got the testosterone of a 70-year-old from the 1970s. Like, it's clearly shit being put in the food to feminize the men. It's clearly an agenda to feminize the men, to take away gender roles, to over masculate the woman and shit, bro. So, You know what I'm saying? You got all these dudes tricking and shit, bro, because the game all fucked up. You know. Now everybody's living for vanity, but like I said, it's a lot of dudes, and that's the point I was making earlier. It's a lot of dudes. They trying to chase this dream. They trying to chase this success, bro. And this certain niggas end up getting that success, and I'm seeing like how the success is going for them, bro. And it's like a lot of them niggas just turn into niggas that just got to pay to play. Like a lot of the niggas that's like holding off relationships and women and shit like that, and ain't getting no bitches and shit, bro. Like a lot of them niggas like coping with the whole like you know what I'm saying, I'm getting my life together shit, bro. And like I said, bro, like it is what it is, bro. Everybody go through their phases, bro. Like, you know, but like I've gone through my phases too, so it takes one to know one. But goddamn, I know the majority of the time, bro, you really just holding off your blessings, bro, because really the best shit comes when you're young, bro. You build everything while you're young, bro. Once you get old and shit like that, bro, like it's goddamn too late for that. Now you end up like one of these dudes, goddamn, and to each his own, 40, 50 years old, trying to get them a goddamn, you know, 21-year-old and shit like that, bro, because you know you trying to relive those years, bro. But you know it is what it is, bro. But my point being, bro, like a lot of dudes is holding off, you know, really getting out there and living life, and you know, just letting things be what they're gonna be, you know, to try to become this, you know, alpha male main character as, you know, successful dude. Basically, they don't even got to be alpha or none of that shit, bro. But like just successful, you know. And with the way the world is going, bro, the economy, the housing market, the job market, you know, the future, you know, these niggas trying to depopulate AI, you know, a lot of these niggas saying there's no use for humans anymore and shit like that, bro. So with the direction of the world, bro, a lot of dudes, a lot of people, you know, losing hope in the future, you know, and it's a lot of dudes that are trying to chase something that is becoming less and less easier to obtain. You know, because you got to understand, the people that are getting to it are gatekeepers, bro. Like, excuse me. Everybody can't be rich. You ever hear that? I remember I used to get around, you know, certain rich friends I used to have, or associates more so. And a lot of them, when you know, because a lot of rich motherfuckers, they arrogant as hell. They gonna talk their shit. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like me, get the fuck out of my mansion. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't be complete dickheads, but you know, they get a couple shots in, they get a couple drinks in, they may get high or drunk or some shit. You know, they just start unleashing, you know? And a lot what you hear from these niggas, you know, because, you know, a lot of my rich friends, they didn't really have any empathy with poor people. You know, they basically look at you as peasants, you know, for the most part. And, you know, when people would talk about capitalism and how shit is corrupt and certain shit like that, because, you know, you start getting high and shit, you know, you may, like I said, I've partied with certain people that, you know, are wealthy people, come from money. They may not have been wealthy, but their family's wealthy. I'll put it like that. Like their family just gave them this big ass mansion for the weekend. They're out of town on a business trip, you know, those type of friends, you know. And what they will always say is, you know, everybody can't be rich, you know. And unfortunately, that's true, bro. In the world we live in, bro, everybody wants to be rich. Everybody would have loved to have been one of these kids that was just born into a rich family. I mean, fuck. How much better can life be? But then what you realize, bro, is, you know, everybody has to find their purpose in their life, bro. I'm put it like this. There's some people that are born into those very lives that you would want to love to be in. Like I said, I've been around some of these type of people, and they'll be more miserable than you, bro. And you're poor, you're in the trenches. They have identity problems, they have family problems, you know, they don't fit in, they're kind of out of touch with reality because they live such a different lifestyle, so they can't relate to the average person. You know, they got a bunch of people just trying to use them. A lot of people don't love them, you know, their girlfriend cheated on them, all this shit, you know. They end up being some of the most miserable and weak-minded people because they're not built for adversity. You know, I'm not saying all rich people. Some rich people have parents that built them up and built them to be strong-willed people, but some of them spoil them, and it's some scripture about spoiling a child, bro. Basically meaning basically it was saying that it ruins them. One of y'all can put it in the comment section. Blame it on the sickness. I can't think of the scripture right now. But yeah, bro, like a lot of these rich people, bro, end up getting spoiled, bro. And see, when you become rich, bro, because like I said, I've been around these people. One of the main things that they deal with is boredom, right? And boredom leads to their depression because now they end up with idle time, and they just end up with idle thoughts, and a lot of them, turn to hard drugs, So basically what I want to leave y'all with, bro, is it's not about chasing this vain ass world, bro. We need money, whatever. But I've seen people with money that are missing something in their soul, missing something in their spirit, bro, that leads them to a dark place. You may not be able to tell when you're at the party with them. I wasn't just at the party with all of these. I seen them after the party. I seen them when all the hoes left, when the mask came off. I seen them when the mask came off. I seen the mental breakdowns, literally. The mental breakdowns. Here this person is with all this money, with all this, goddamn, in the living room crashing out, right? Because their dad told them that he's not gonna loan them $20,000. He's tired of loaning you money, blah blah blah, and he's such an asshole. He has all this money. Why won't he just? You're sitting there, bro. Like nigga. When I was a kid, goddamn. We were stressing about what we gonna eat tonight, nigga. You over here arguing because your dad won't give you $20,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? I think some of these niggas really be out of touch, bro. They be out of touch with like real life problems, bro. So it's not all about money, bro. It's about the character of people that is being built. And that's what's missing in this society, bro. I think that's the best way I can bring all of this home. That's why everything is off, bro, because it's not about the character of the person, bro. It's about the vanity now. People have fallen in love with the vanity. Like I said, money is a great thing. Money can make your life way easier, but money will not solve certain problems, bro. Money will not make your family stronger. Money will not make your girl love you. Money will not make your kids love you. It's a lot of people with money, but they have certain problems like this, right? Money will not make you happy. Money will not give you good health, right? So it's it's a lot deeper than just money and vanity. It's really about the character of person that you are. Like I said, we're all flawed. I'm flawed. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the first one to admit it. But we all got to be put in the mirror to ourselves, bro, every day, bro. Because when you go out into the real world, you're faced with a mirror. Everybody's seeing and everybody's reflecting off of everybody's energy. You know what I'm saying? And people can see what people can see you even if you don't see you. You know what I'm saying? Just know that. Just know that. If that makes any sense. You can't hide. Some people can see better than others. And when you can see better than others, you can see people who are hiding. You can see people who are faking. And there's a lot of people in this world when you put the mirror to them, you see a bunch of people just hiding from what they really are and what they truly are, But that's pretty much all I got, bro. Hopefully the next time y'all hear me, we ain't even gonna say hopefully. The next time y'all hear me, my voice gonna be doing much better. I'm gonna give it a few more days. Like I said, just keep drinking tea and taking herbs and shit. It'll get back to normal, I'm pretty sure the smoking doesn't help speed up the process, but it is what it is. I'll be damned if I'm sick and sober. Fuck that, I'm just kidding. I don't have a problem, I can take tolerance breaks and shit like that, It's been a while, but I can do it, But yeah, bro, that's just the final point, bro. Like, the whole game is rigged. It's set up against us, bro, and ultimately, bro, it's just all about what you can control, bro. If y'all don't remember anything from all that shit I was saying, the point I was trying to bring in is you just got to control what you can control, I think that's how people will heal from whatever they're going through, because You ever heard the old saying, someone died of a broken heart? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are aging, aging poorly and dealing with things and get all type of stuff going on, mentally ill. And the world's just crazy right now because a lot of people are trying to control things that they can't control. And that'll drive a person crazy. Trying to control the uncontrollable. It's going to piss you off every day dealing with the uncontrollable. A lot of us are dealing with the uncontrollable. We weren't born into wealth, right? We got to work. We got to do certain things. You may not feel you're pretty enough. You may not feel you're handsome enough, tall enough, athletic enough. You may not have reached your dreams, And that brings what they call the midlife crisis. A lot of people are reaching that midlife crisis in their 20s. The midlife crisis used to be goddamn late 30s, early 40s. Now niggas goddamn in their early 20s are already hitting it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Already hitting that reality where it's like, fuck, where did the time go? I wasted this, I wasted that. A lot of niggas, they feel like it's over in their 20s. It used to be a motherfucker get, they still got hope. Your 20s was your years of hope. Your 20s was your years of optimism. You're your most vibrant. You got the most energy. You're in your youth. That's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in your 20s letting your nuts hang. Now niggas in their 20s with their nuts tucked. Pause. Walking around defeated like straight, like some hoes, And it's sad to see. It's sad to see. But all I can say is try not to be a part of it, bro. Try not to be a part of this whole defeated culture because, like I said, I understand why it's happening. You got certain realities that you may have wished went a certain way. Like we all may have wished it would have been more affordable to get housing. We all may have wished that the cost of living, or I already said that. We all may have wished that the wages have went up, and we all may have wished that you found the perfect girl and built the perfect family. We all would have wished that, you know what I'm saying? We became rich and famous, and I don't even want to be famous, but rich if anything. We all may have wished all of these things that we plotted up in our mind that we wanted to happen. But at the end of the day, we can't control what happened. We can't control what life we were born into, the circumstances we were faced with, the decisions we made, and the consequences of them. Once we've made those decisions and the consequences have happened, we can't control that. It's over. It's over. All we can do is plant ourselves in the present, plant ourselves in the now, and start making new dreams. Just like when you was a kid, you was in the moment when you was making those dreams. You was in the moment when you was in a moment as a child, because as a child, you weren't carrying burdens, bro. You weren't carrying trauma, so it was easier as children for us to plant ourselves in the moment and dream big. That's why the optimism of children are so high, right? Because that's when they're their purest. That's when they, haven't been corrupted as much, disappointed as much. That's when their creativity and all that hasn't been tainted by this world. But the main thing you should aspire to have is that childlike energy, that childlike optimism, where, you're optimistic about everything. You're optimistic about everything you do. Even when you fail, it was just about doing it. You know what I'm saying? You were optimistic about learning how to ride a bike. Even when you fail and you fell off the bike you were still optimistic to keep getting up and keep going until you learned how to ride the bike. You were optimistic to play sports and play basketball and football and baseball, all that around the neighborhood. You won, you lost, whatever, but you were still optimistic to go play, right? That's the main thing you can keep in this life, bro, is that optimism. The same optimism you had as a kid. Whether things were going good and bad. We all grieve. You grieved when you was a kid. Kids grieve. Kids throw tantrums. Kids, go through mood swings. But then what do kids do? They get over it and they're back playing. They're back having fun, right? They don't let it defeat them. They don't let it kill their spirit, And that's the main thing that's the main point we got to get to as adults in this world, bro. Remember that childlike state, bro. Keep dreaming, always dream, always have something optimistic to say, even if you feel like you're in a world that's sinking. You know what I'm saying? It may sound weird, but you know, how can you have optimism when a sink is shipping? It's sinking. You know, it's like a soldier battling it out on the battlefield. You know, you can either go out there like, oh, you know, we finna die, or you can go out here like with some optimism, like, you know, we finna leave it all out here. Whatever happens, happens. You know, we going out here trying to win. You know, the goal is to win. You know, the goal is to defeat the enemy. You know, that's just the mentality we gotta have, bro, in this rigged game, in this game that's designed to, you know, to make it difficult to get to certain points. You know, you gotta, you know, like I said, there's a lot of people that gatekeep, you know, the keys to success. They don't want the keys to success to be out there. They don't want you to know how they really got how they got. You know, that's why a lot of people who expose, you know, certain shit that's going on, they deal with certain shit, bro, because it's like they don't want people to know how things really going on, how things really go on, you know, and they have to discredit certain people that can break through and help people see what's really going on. You know, they have to keep people distracted and, you know, just have people not take these type of people serious so they can continue to do whatever they do. But that's a different topic for a different day, bro. My final point is, if you can sense something is off, and I think that's everybody. Some people know why it's off. Some people don't. Some people may think they know. See, I may think I know why it's off, and I may come to find out that I'm wrong. But, you know, until I'm proven wrong, so far I've been proven that, yeah, it's off for a lot of the reasons why I think it's off. Like, somebody wants it to be off. You know, for us, it's off. So for somebody else, it's on. Like, this is on schedule, on plan. You know, it's been a couple bumps in the road, but, you know, the plan is still going through. You know, like how they planned it around the round table. You know, if you know, you know. But I'll just leave it there, bro. You know, final point, bro. Just be in the moment. Have that childlike energy. It doesn't matter if you know, you don't feel like you don't feel like you're at where you want to be in life. You don't feel like you've accomplished what you need to accomplish. None of that shit matters, bro. All that matters is today. What are you going to do about it today? You know, it doesn't matter how many missed opportunities or how many failed relationships or how many girls rejected you or how many girls didn't reject you or how many of your friends were fake or how many of your friends weren't fake. You know, how many what ifs, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. None of that shit matters anymore. You know, like I said, we all grieve. You know, everybody grieves different, but we got to eventually get out of the grieving phase. You know, after the grieving phase comes the healing phase. That's how things are supposed to go. It's a lot of people getting stuck. It's a lot of people getting stuck in the grieving phase and never experiencing the healing phase, bro. And you can't get to the healing phase until you grieve and really go through it. A lot of people don't really go through the grieving phase. You know, they go through the coping phase. A lot of people just end up coping. They don't really grieve. They don't really feel and experience what's really going on. You know, so they never really get through it. They never really face it because it's too hard to face. But the people who are strong enough to face it and go through the grieving process and you learn what you need to learn and experience what you need to experience, you eventually hit the healing process where the pain that you went through molds you to be a better person. But hopefully this video made some type of sense. I feel like it was garbage, but we're going to put it out there anyway because it's been about a week. Peace.